Hello there, this is Transformers fan G138, and I'm here with a video review of Transformers Generations Leader Class Jetfire, and I am going to try my best to keep this in frame. I do not have a lot of space on this counter, so I might have to pick up and move the camera a little bit, so I'm sorry if that's going to make you a little nauseous. My apologies in advance. But this guy is massive. I mean, like, massive. I mean, in a good way. But, anyway. So the basic jet form, he's huge. As a nice little comparison, here he is next to Voyager Optimus Prime on the classic line in vehicle mode. I mean, he's huge. However, it might be surprising to know this guy is lighter than his Voyager Classics self. I actually threw him on a scale because he felt really light. He actually weighs like almost 50 grams to 50 to 100 grams. I don't remember exactly. This was a few weeks ago. Lighter than the other one. Also, as an added feature and a awesome little gimmick, the opening cockpit of Jetfire is here. So, if we look at Voyager Whirl, also from the same company as they acquired Jetfire, they also include the original cockpit opening. Now, I'm sure they would have done that if with Roadbuster. I don't know why I want to keep calling him Roadblock. But they would have done that with Roadbuster if he originally wasn't an open Jeep-like vehicle. So, basically, it's a really cool nod to the original. Now, if I can find his missile, here it is. The only part I don't like is where the gun is kept, right under the front. I don't like it sticking out that much, but that's just me. He does have a decently firing missile. Shoots pretty well. But, again, I'm not into really keeping the missile in the gun. In robot mode, this gun is actually pretty neat, but I do not like where it is on the vehicle mode. However, you can attach it to the wings and the other places, but I don't like things that aren't symmetrical. If I had a second one of these, you bet they would be on the wings. But since I don't, in vehicle mode, I would keep this separate. But that's just me. Yeah. It's got this nice Autobot symbol here. He's got these amazing thruster packs up here. The wings adjust, so you can have them all the way back, all the way forward. I like keeping them about here. You got nice landing gear that folds up the front. The back landing gear actually pokes down through the metallic guns. Now, underneath these guns, if I remember correctly, there's the same color plastic. There's red colored plastic, so it'll match this. So if you felt really, really, really determined to get the matching color, you can actually strip the paint off of this, I believe. I think that's how it worked. I could be wrong, so look it up first. So yeah, it's a fun little thing. All the metallic weapons can come off, just like the original, and the Voyager from 2006, sorry. So yeah, like that's the red you would see when it's not painted. By the way, the handle here. I like that they thought that, yes, that's going to peel off from use, so we're not going to do that. All these can come off, and you can have just as basic jet. And then the wings back here can pop up. What's nice about this whole thing is you can actually transform him if you want a more Cybertronian look, if you want to... You can actually transform him without taking any of these off. And I'm going to do that just to prove you can. I believe it's a little easier if you take the backpack off, but you don't actually have to. He's got these nice little painted guns up here. Some people are complaining about the cockpit on the bottom being a cheat, and it should be on his chest and whatnot. I don't care. I think that for the look, I think they did a really decent job. The nose is rubbery, but unlike previous versions where they actually just painted a gray rubbery nose to match, they didn't paint this one, so the paint's not going to dry and flake. This is the actual color of the rubber, so you won't have any problem with that, unless you wanted to paint it into something else. Again, cockpit opens, very nice. He's fold down. I'm going to go ahead and put all these things back on, but he's got nice jet thrusters, outtake, vents, all that back here. He's got added thrusters on here. Overall, very nice looking figure in both modes. Regardless, I almost wanted to get a second one just to display him in this mode, but at $55 a piece, I said no. And these can actually clip on to each other too, so you don't actually have to, all the weapons can actually combine and clip up here if you wanted onto these. So if you wanted extra guns up top, you can do that. All the weapons can clip into each other. You know, you can make a really big gun. Whatever you want. Basically, there's tons of options. But like I said, you can fully transform this guy without taking the weapons off, for the exception of the gun, because this clips into his hand. There's that exception. So I'll take this, put this aside for now, and we will go ahead and transform this amazing looking jet. So I like to start by folding up the front landing gear, and then unclipping this and lifting this up. You'll hear a lot of snapping and twisting and bending on this. It makes me nervous every time I transform it because it's a much weaker plastic, but that's by design because you have to bend a lot of the parts to get them into place. They went really cheap on this, I think, but it's still a decent figure. So we'll unclip the legs from the back wings here. They tab in. Also, he's packaged in robot mode, by the way. But I like to do my reviews from vehicle mode to robot mode. Always have, and I think I probably always will. So we'll bring this up front. We'll take this assembly and kind of untab it and rotate it up on this double hinge and then back down. Then we'll pull this up and set this on here for now. Next, we need to get this section up and off. So this is more of a moving stuff around till stuff comes loose game. Well, just move this out of the way. There's a lot of moving things back and forth. Once these panels come up, you can release them like that. And come down to the bottom. And, oh, his mask fell off. Which means we'll just grab that. This usually stays on. I don't know why it's coming off now. But there's this nice little piece folded down in here that, given enough force, should pop open and out. Ah, there we go. See? Like that. And I'll put his mask back on real quick. Get to that later. Now that this is off, come down here, grab the feet we just untabbed, and rotate the entire assembly down to about here, straighten out the leg, and then rotate it to the side, right on this hinge here. From there, come down to the foot, grab this, wobble it down, and this is on another double hinge, and bring it up. So Do that on both sides. And at the same time, we want to bring these arms out. Now, these don't like to stay tabbed in, but in the back here, there's 2 tabs on the engines that tab into the back of these when this is folded all the way back. Then these 2 technically clip together, but they don't really clip together. There's the clips for them, but they never actually touch. So, just warning you there. Didn't see any of that. These 2 pieces clip together. Alright, so let's see if I can't. Okay, that's gonna be fun. So these get bent down and in. These panels get bent back up and flat. The head gets spun around. And then these upper arms get rotated down. This wings will be put all the way back up into backmost place. And these tabs here, there's a corresponding tab on the back of the arm. Now this is what I meant when you had to bend this, because if you don't, that tab catches on everything, and you got to bend it forward just to get it in there. Do that on both sides. There we go. And actually, you don't want to tab them in quite right yet, so one-tab them. This whole chest assembly will come up, tab into each of the sides of the legs, and then rest on the back plate. And these arms will also tab in here, snap in actually, and plug into the wing. Like that. And once we have there, bring the legs down, and we'll notice that the feet are on slight tilts, so separating the legs a little bit is never a bad idea. Then we just line the guns up back on the hands, and we have him in robot mode. And this is the part where I'll actually lift up the camera and show off some more of them. So this overall is the main robot mode. He looks very much like his cartoon and original toy modes. More like the cartoon here. And we can actually, by grabbing off each of the sides of the head, pull off his mask, which actually looks kind of cool. And that will reveal his face, which looks very close to the original animation model. And then he's got this cool Autobot symbol inside his cockpit on the front. It's very cool looking. And, of course, all his shiny, glorious weapons. Now, the back, there is one thing I did not do yet, because I actually like it better looking like this, because it almost gives him too tall of an appearance the other way. We just bring this part down, and this, even though it clips on, has a nice little rotation gimmick in it. And then this can come back up and rest into place. Spin him back around, show him off like this. See what I mean? It kind of gives him the appearance of a almost too tall of cannons in the back. I think the Voyager one did a little bit better job with the size of those and the height of them. But overall, it's cool that they're included. And then, like the other one, like in vehicle mode, all the additional accessories, including helmet, mask, gun, can detach, be set aside, and then we can have a very basic mode. So he comes with all these cool accessories here. And we get that out of it, which looks pretty cool no matter which way you shake it. However, there is one downside in this robot mode I don't like. It's not the height, it's not anything too significant. It's the hollowness looking on the outside of the arm in. Something about that I don't like. I know they did it to save money, and I know it's covered by the red arm cannons, but I would really, I'm a little disappointed in that. But overall, very nice figure. So, articulation. So, none of the weapons actually hinder the articulation whatsoever. You got some motion in the foot due to the transformation. You got a nice over 90-degree ratchet joint in the knee. You got a swivel up here in the thigh. You got a nice ratchet joint, which does not go 180, but it's still not bad. Then we got a ratchet joint out here, which almost goes 90. Not quite, though. No waist swivel, but does this guy ever need it? No. He's got nice friction hinge here to raise it all up, and the side of the panel actually clips in nicely to form the arm, so it's not like it's missing anything when it's fully down or up, which is cool. He has a swivel and a nice ratcheted elbow. And then he's got a nice ratcheted arm. And this would go 360 if it weren't for wings. The head has an amazing amount of articulation too. He can look up, down, side to side. Huge range, very easy to move. And his face mask can actually snap right on, and it actually looks like part of the head. Like, it doesn't even look like it comes off until you can go like this. It actually fits right into his face so well. Then, of course, you do have some rotation on the weapons that I showed off earlier during the transformation. So this turntable moves, allowing this to adjust. And if you were displaying them like this and don't want to lose all the tiny weapons, like I said before, all these things can clip onto each other. And again, I'm at a loss to what to do with the gun. But you got this nice little attack craft if you wanted it. Got some jet engines, weapons, you know. Whoosh. Yeah, I'm having way too much fun with this. Anyway, the only accessories that don't have a home are the mask and this. And the gun, you know, she should always have a gun. Come on, I mean. And I know there's a lot of tutorials for removing the metallic red stuff too, so if you're interested in that, you can look it up. But that is my video review on Transformers Generations Leader Class Jetfire. I am honestly looking forward to the rest of the leader classes, including the two Megatrons. I'm actually very much looking forward to the Armada Megatron as well as the Generations style Megatron. I think he'll tower over Optimus Prime, which is a little bit of a downside, but it'll still look very nice. Now, I guess you're all wondering what I ranked this guy for a score. I ranked this guy at an 8.7. That's not too high, and it's not too low either. Like I said, there's a few issues, and I'm comparing this guy with the one from the 2007 line? 2006 line, sorry. And that one just feels more solid. Although this one looks more animation accurate. The other one, I think, is a better toy. Actually, I take that back. This is a much better toy. As a kid, this would have been completely fun and, you know, whatever. The other one has flip-out cannons, flip-out guns. It's just all around a solid figure. This one, like I said, is not bad. It's more animation accurate. It's fun. It's got a huge jet motor. I would have enjoyed running around the house shooting things with this. Yes. But it does have some downsides. You have to bend parts to fully transform it, and it's just, there's certain things about it that just kind of bug me. There's a few points. Let me find where that is exactly real quick. There's a oh yes, this came slightly misassembled too. I'll get into that right now. This joint, the pin had gone through this first white piece, the black piece, but had missed the bottom, and it was actually off at an angle like this, bending both parts. Fortunately, this is very forgiving plastic, and I was able just to use pliers to remove the pin, push the pin out, and then use pliers to push the pin back in where it was supposed to be. But that could have been worse. Then, on this portion, this joint right here, I'd be on the lookout for this. This joint here is actually already cracked. Let's see if I can get a close shot of that. Right there. Right here. It's very, it's fragile. Fortunately, the other side's holding in there, and I don't see more damage. Like I said, the plastic's very forgiving and flexible to begin with, so I don't foresee a huge problem. Another thing that slightly worries me about this mold is these are, again, friction held in, so I can see them wearing down, especially with the more flexible plastic. And almost all the joints are friction joints, so it's, well, at least with the transformation. So that's a little nerve-wracking. But overall, very nice. He also has hollow shoulders. If you look up here, these are hollow, but that's less noticeable, especially with the white. Now, news with this guy. He's actually going to be retooled into a Thundercracker? Yes, Thundercracker from the IDW universe. And you can look it up on Transformers World 2005. They have a picture of it at the display booth. It doesn't look bad. It actually looks very good. However, it'll be significantly out of scale with the rest of the stuff. However, it'll be a little bit more in scale with the Marissa Fairborn figure coming out from the club this year. And I might get that just to say I have a Marissa Fairborn figure, and since she's kind of hanging out with Thundercracker on Earth these days in the comics, it's kind of neat, but I don't know if I really want to find room for something this large on my shelf for exactly that purpose. But that's just me. I've talked for 23 minutes and 30 seconds. So, without further ado, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, concerns, criticisms, anything, please post a comment down below or message me, and I will get back to you. Again, thanks for watching. If you have any requests for video reviews, if you watch any of my previous video reviews and I did a bad job, please let me know, because that was probably back when I was still learning to do these, before I had the rating system. Please let me know, and I will redo them for you. Again, thanks for watching.